Hi, it's Cara and today we're doing my January book haul. I'm so excited to show you this haul. It's a little bit extreme. Though quite a few of them I've already read, quite a few of them are very high up on my TBR, and some I got on a bargain. So let's get started. So I'm kind of going in size order because that's the way I've got it stacked here. So first thing I have here is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I've obviously read this before, but I'm doing a reread and annotate, and I didn't want to annotate my original copies, so I'm gonna slowly, as I annotate, so when I finish this one I'll buy City of Ashes. I'm collecting the new covers that have the pictures on the back that join up on the spine. Yeah, I'm excited for this. If you saw my wrap up, I'm currently reading it. I'm here and annotating, so you will see more of these books in future book hauls over the year, but I'm only getting the first 3 this year. So, City of Bones. A couple of books that I bought because of my process of buying the next book in a series when I finish the previous one. And this series is also a bit special, so this is Mort and Hogfather by Terry Pratchett in the Unseen Library editions. So I've read Mort before, but I'm collecting these editions. I never owned them before I started collecting these editions. Hogfather is the book I am currently up to, which I've never read. I finished the one before Hogfather, so I bought this, and then I'm like buying from the start in the matching. Like as I buy one of these, one of the ones I haven't read, I'll buy one I have read until I'm up to date and have the whole set. So this is Mort, which is the one I'm up to, already read, so it's not going on my TBR, and Hogfather, which is going on my TBR, and I'm hopeful to read it this year around Christmas time because this is a Christmas story. If you didn't know, Terry Pratchett's Discworld series is like a fantasy comedy. It's amazing. And curiously, both these books are death books. That was just an ironic, coincidental juxtaposition of events. Then we have Empress of All Seasons by Emiko Jean. This is a YA fantasy. I think it's Japanese inspired, and our main character is Mari, and she's been training to become Empress, but there's a competition. You have to survive the palace's enchanted seasonal rooms, then you can marry the prince. And there's some monsters and things, and it sounds really good. I'm really excited to read this. I'm really into Asian inspired fantasy at the moment, so there's quite a few of those in this haul. Next is a couple of books I picked up from my library for like $1 each. The first one is Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first in this trilogy, and they're a superhero kind of supervillain series. The epics, the people with the powers, are like evil. They rule. And our main character's trying to kill Steelheart, who is the best, like biggest epic. Excited for this. I probably won't read it for a while, but when it was like $1, I couldn't resist picking it up. And the other one I picked up in that sale is Radiance by Catherine M. Valente. I read Deathless at the end of last year and really enjoyed it, and I've always been curious about other things by Catherine M. Valente, so I was keen to pick this up. This has night film vibes. It says Severine Unk, daughter of a world-famous film director, has inherited her father's love of the big screen, but not his gothic style of filmmaking. She disappears. Something goes wrong, and yeah, it sounds so good. There's like movie things, and I think it's kind of told, parts of it are told in like film script, and it looks really cool. I'm definitely excited to try this. I think the format looks stunning. Another book I bought because I read the first one, or the previous one, in the month of January. This is Archenemies by Marissa Meyer. This is a sequel to Renegades, another superhero novel. And I'm really excited to read this. I really enjoyed Renegades, and I can't wait to continue. I'm excited. Then we have a book I don't really know too much details about, but I got it for a kind of specific reason, and this is Wicked Like a Wildfire by Lana Popovich, super gorgeous cover, like super gorgeous. And this sounds like magical realism, which is also something I'm super into at the moment. So definitely excited to give this a try. They manipulate beauty. Definitely keen to see how this goes. It's going to be a duology, so there's not too much to get into, and hopefully I really enjoy this, and then I can pick up the second one, which should be coming out sometime soon. A book that was kind of a cover buy, and I've heard some mixed things about this series, but I don't know if it will bother me too much. This is The Traitor's Kiss by Erin Beatty. Look how gorgeous that cover is. Like, look at it. Look at it. It's so pretty, and the spine is pretty, and all the books match. Oh, gorgeous. Apparently this has some girl on girl hate, which is what most people don't like about this. I'm definitely keen to give it a try. It looks like it's got some fantasy, political elements. And other people, I've seen some arguing in the reviews on this. Some people are like, no, the hate is a product of where they are living in the time, and it's not supported, it just exists. And other people are like, well, don't even write about it. So we'll see how I feel, but this is so gorgeous, I couldn't resist. Then we have a new release in January. This is The Girl King by Mimi Yu. I again have heard mixed things. Some people love this, some people find it a bit boring. I'm really excited to give it a try. This is an Asian-inspired fantasy, own voices, following two sisters. One was meant to be the first female emperor, but then their father declares their male cousin heir instead, and things go sour. I'm really excited to give this a try. This cover is gorgeous. I don't like the other cover anywhere near as much, but like, look how pretty this one is. Another January release. This next whole section actually is January releases pretty much. This is The Vanishing Star by Maureen Johnson, which is the sequel to Truly Devious. I read Truly Devious on audiobook last year and loved it, but didn't like the narrator. So I bought the hard copy and then bought the hard copy for this. This is going to be one of the first books I read in January. I'm so excited for it. Like, oh, this is a mystery series, and the mystery wasn't resolved in book one, so I'm desperate to read this. So I think it might be a trilogy, so hopefully it doesn't like leave me hanging in this one. Let's see if there's anything. Oh no, it's just a plain red. So that's very pretty. It's a very pretty color. Then we have In an Absent Dream by Shauna Maguire, which is book 4 in the Wayward Children series. Again, a new release in January. This is an adult fantasy novella series following Portal Fantasy Worlds. I've already read this. It's in my January wrap up. You can check out that to see my thoughts on it, and that also has a link to my Goodreads review. So this is so good. Loved it, glad to have it. We have Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. This is the sequel to City of Brass. This is not matching the cover that I have, but I'm not super fussy about matching covers. And this is pretty floppy. It is also chunky. It's like 600 pages. Yeah, like over 600 pages. Oh, intimidating. Haven't read this yet because I only picked it up today. I am pretty excited for this. I enjoyed the end of City of Brass, but I found the start a bit slow. So hopefully the pace of this ratchets up and stays up the whole time. This is an Egyptian-inspired 1001 Nights retelling. It's a specific story from 1001 Nights. Not the nights, but the specific story. And it's really good. Book I have read and is in my wrap up if you want to check that out is The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi. This is a historical fantasy heist novel. It's so good. It's so good. It's set in 1889 Paris. It has a super queer coloured cast. It's just so good. Read it. It's amazing. I also picked up and read The Wicked King by Holly Black, so you can also check out my thoughts in my wrap up for this. This is the sequel to The Cruel Prince, which I read at this time last year. check out my wrap-up for my thoughts. It's YA Fantasy Fae. Everyone knows about it. I don't need to explain it. I also picked up this month Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett, which is a recent release. I think it came out at the end of last year. It is a fantasy, adult fantasy, heist or thief at least novel. Apparently the magic system's really awesome and it kind of develops in the world as it develops in the plot. So even the people don't know how it's developing. Like it's a surprise to everyone. I'm really excited for this. It's a bit chunky, but I'm hoping to get to it soon. And finally, we have King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in a new duology following Nikolai from the Grishaverse. This is young adult fantasy following Nikolai and Nina and Zoya, and it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. I really hope to get to this in February. I got the paperback because it's floppy. And the hardback's not out in Australia yet. Or if it is, it wasn't in my store. But I don't even care. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So those are all the books that I picked up in the month of January. Yes, it's a bit of a big book haul. I feel a little guilty. But also, I'm really excited about all of these. So I also don't feel guilty. Whoops. It's only 17 books. Whoops. Though, to be honest, some of them aren't going on my TBR. So thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you soon with another one. If you're excited about any of these, comment down below and chat with me. Though, keep in mind I haven't read most of them yet, so don't be spoilery. Don't go spoiling anyone else. Otherwise, I'll see you soon with another video.